everyone, it is back to the usual time of Thursday, and it is the round table, and this is the place where what if dreams are made of. I am joined by Haverock.
Hello, I'm chilling at the fireplace.
Yes, and unfortunately Sophie is a bit under the weather today, so she can't make it for this one, so it shall be Have and myself. So basically...
It's an old school Haven Mass show.
Yes, it's the Have and Mars show. But basically, this is the What If Roundtable. If you are new to the channel, first of all, I'd like to say welcome. And yeah, I hope you had a chance to see today's video, because it was a pretty good one about Dragon Ball's best sidekick. But I think apparently YouTube didn't notify because the analytics were absolutely god-awful. Like, I have no idea why it's been bad. I mean, yeah, the Tuesday video was really not that great either. So somebody pressed the wrong button at YouTube or something like that. Something's not quite right there. But anyway, basically, I am here with Have to basically do the What If Roundtable, where you guys can send in your what ifs as well as supporting the channel in your own way, doing a super chat. And basically, we are here to muse what if stuff. And the mods and myself, I mean, excluding Have today, but I am copying and pasting him in particular what ifs that he wants some interesting things in. He will be back on Sunday. And generally, this will help support the channel a lot, as well as getting some good ideas of the potential what if scenarios in the future. So let's get things rolling with Papa Podo. Have you ever heard of Squirrel and Hedgehog? It's a really interesting cartoon that I think is fun to watch. It is from, well, North Korea. Oh yeah, I'm aware of this. Saberspot did a video about this.
Yeah, I saw Saber's video on this as well.
And basically, the idea of a North Korean cartoon is something that blows my mind. I'm sorry. Every time I hear another YouTuber, yeah, I try to do an impression of them, and sometimes it'll actually go completely the wrong way. But yeah, he does good videos. He definitely does good videos. I am very definitely aware of that cartoon. I would be very interested to see that. And knowing NK, they probably do have like they probably do have like an actual Dragon Ball knockoff. Probably, I wouldn't be surprised.
All they outsource a lot of, they do outsourcing for some Western, like very little known facts. So consider you outsource there.
Well, I suppose it makes sense because Korea also does a lot of outsourcing for animation for American cartoons. Interesting. All right, Papa Meta. Hey, Masako, I've got an interesting one for you guys. What if the anime filler characters like Pijero were reoccurring characters in the series? Well, the thing is, though, I would imagine that some of the reason that these filler characters do exist is just, as it says, filler. But if we had the likes of Pycon and Alibu showing up in the other world, like with King Kai, or they get wished back into life or existence and stuff like that, I can imagine that be quite an interesting addition, and it'd be very interesting to see whether Goku actually remembers them. But I think there would be a lot of the anime fans going like, "Oh my god, it's those guys!" If the filler character was well received, I can imagine they probably would be fairly well received. Would you say, Have?
Yeah, like make their own spin-off, like make a funny story when they have to save the day, and like the gathering of all the filler characters. And the villains turned out to be the fake Namek guys. Working together with Galactic Jr.
Oh, alright, Podo's next again. I thought of a funny scene where many different What If Gokus meet and hang out, with my Goku Dreamer feeling unappreciated for slaving over a hot stove all night for everyone, and only getting thank yous from Boxer and What If Guinea's Kakarot. Oh yeah, definitely the Guinea Kakarot, because Guinea taught him right. Guinea taught him like how to, have some kind of decent manners for a change or something like that. I don't think he would have gotten away with basically, but most of the Gokus, if I remember, if there is one thing they have in terms of manners, it is about saying thanks for a nice meal.
Definitely. Maybe not What If Goku beat Roshi. That one would be okay.
Oh no, not that one. That one, yeah, that one, like Goldo, is a jerk. yeah, I could definitely imagine that there would be a very dwindling amount of supplies at the very least. Okay, next one is Viper Phoenix coming to Frieza Force. Oh, coming to Frieza Force Network. New episode, Monkey and Slug. Episode 3. Vegeta's week gets crazy when his brother's wife comes to town. Meanwhile, Raditz has to cope when Ranch gets caught with the Cell Gang. Is she about to turn into what Chichi describes as a delinquent? Find out next time. Oh dear. Oh, these are very... oh, Monkey and Slug. That seems to become a bit of a running gag. So basically, it's Saiyan and Namekian. I imagine it's like...
Monkey and Slug.
And Piccolo's just go like, Raj, where are you going dressed like that? I'm just going to the prom, Mr. Piccolo. No daughter of mine's going to be dressed like that. It's like, you're not my father. It's like, oh, sorry. It happens a lot.
And we have the, tape laugh at this point.
Okay. Papa again? Hey guys, me again. Do you think that the pendants that Bojack and his gang wear help them draw out their power? I think it'd be a cool concept. You know what? I think it actually would be a pretty good concept because it could be one of those things where, in a rites of passage, when you reach adulthood as a heron, you basically get this special pendant. You can either have this like a signet ring, pendant, a bracelet, or something like that can tap into your hidden powers within like the kind of heron race or something. Yeah, that could be a nice thing. Like, it's almost like it's your own personal henshin device.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, let's just make sure Haverock is well informed because he is away from the computer, so I have to do the copy pasting for certain batches. Okay, okay. Viper Phoenix. Frieza explaining his actions to Zeno via Picard words. Your Honor, the Frieza Force was founded to seek out new life, new civilization, points to Namek. Well, there it sits, watching, waiting, mocking me. I do like these. I do definitely like doing all of these voice lines. They're actually very funny. Cheers, Viper. Okay. Hannah Rowan to me. I wanted to say how much I liked your Black What If. Having Vegeta be the one to end him is fitting, given Vegeta's own past. Margin Vegeta. Oh, right. I'm guessing it's like, is it the What If Goku Black turned good? Oh, yes. Yeah, that one. That was, I quite liked doing that one. Because it was one of those, It was one of those stories where I was like, this could easily happen. Just to that one throwaway line of like, this body feels like it's spoiling for a fight. Like, Zamasu in Black's body is being corrupted in some sort of way, but it didn't go anywhere. So I was like, oh, well, that could have been really fun. But anyway, we made it happen. And for those of you who don't know, check out What If Goku Black Turned Good on the channel. Nick Wolf, sorry I've been gone, real life, and then cataloging in the backlog. No worries, Nick. I missed a wholesome pic of Piccolo and Chichi getting married before Boo. Aww. Oh, well, don't worry. I'm pretty sure we can easily find that for you. But it's definitely a sweet one.
Yeah.
Okay. Paparacha. What if when Pilaf wished Goku young, he mentally regressed it too, forgetting everything past his first Budokai? Well, that would basically... We'd have no choice almost but to, go and... We'd almost have, no choice but to actually go out to, and have Goten there as well. Because Goku would be in no condition to actually go out and actually do anything. Because he's regressed down to the age of a kid. Or something like that.
This almost sounds like a fun idea that could be used instead of, whatever we got in Treaty. And we could use Golden and Trunks, who should be the main characters.
They should be. They definitely should be. Right?
Yeah.
That would definitely be something that could easily work. Okay, and Paparacha is now the stream boss. Congratulations, Pad. Okay, Viper Phoenix again. Cooler being BFFs with Krillin after being put in charge by Cold with Frieza gone and getting drunk. Cooler. Wait, you cut off his tail? Krillin. Yeah, but I thought I was immortal when I did. Cooler. Nice. Or nice. Again, Viper, I'm digging all of these lines and I will gladly do them. Oh, by the way, Axel J, thank you very much for the $50 donation, buddy. Thank you. And
Thank you.
Axel says, what if Toa, Mira, Few, and the creator characters didn't exist? Instead, Demigra gathers a group of movie villains, they meet like a council in matching uniforms, and Trunks has no choice but to be the one to stop them, Kingdom Hearts style. That's the plot of Xenoverse 3, I imagine. You know, Xenoverse 3, Demigra is back, and he has gathered all of the movie villains after Turles and Slug survived.
All the movie villains, not only, you know, the Dragon Ball movie villains, but villains from every possible movie.
Oh, Sleeping Princess and Devil's Castle. So we get Lucifer.
Yeah.
Oh,
That would be fun. That would be crazy fun instead of seeing Toa and Mira that are.
Oh no, that would be. I mean, it's all very well and good with, like, you know, Toa and Mira. That's fun and all, but I don't know. At the same time, it's just they kind of outstayed their welcome. We need some, you know, we need some fresh minds in the Xenoverse 3 potentially.
I mean, honestly, in Xenoverse 2, Few was more fun than them in his short episode.
I absolutely agree. Like, I would definitely agree that Few in the game is better than in Heroes. Because in Heroes, he's just like, you're just Dragon Ball Kabuto. You just remind me of Kabuto, just without the ninja info cards. Like, seriously. You have your Dragon Ball information computer. Yeah, but... No,
and in the game, he's like, you know, this chaotic, neutral, you know, person who plays with the timelines, which is fun, and it's what Xenoverse should be about.
Yeah, that is true. That is definitely true. Viper Phoenix. Fun fact, Frieza has yet to meet Mr. Popo. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. There's good reason for that. He knows to stay far away. Sorry. I kind of caught myself. I caught myself by surprise with how well that laugh turned out.
You were channeling him. It wasn't you. It was him using your body as a puppet.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. The voice of Lanny possessed me for a brief second there. Okay. R3 King. What if Cell and Buu Potara fused, absorbed Goku, Vegeta, Piccolo, and Frieza, and created a Cell Jr. that survived after the fusion ended? What could it do? In terms of what it could possibly do, it could be like a mixture of various different powers. So it wouldn't have all of the powers in one go, but maybe, say, for example, it had Boo's heal beam. It might have Piccolo's special beam cannon, Frieza's kind of death beam, a lot of beams, and Vegeta's Galactic gun. I definitely could say that there'd be like the greatest hits of Dragon Ball attacks that they would definitely have. All right, John Morale. What if Frieza just didn't trust King Vegeta's faction, banishing them and installing Bardock as king, believing him to be weaker and more trustworthy? Good point, actually. Basically, I can imagine if Frieza was like not as spicy towards King Vegeta, he could easily just like throw in like, oh, I don't suppose you've heard about King Vegeta III. Oh, have you heard that he's looking a bit tired? It's like with Doctor Who. Oh, don't you think he looks tired? Yeah. Just stir the pot a little bit, causing Vegeta III and his cronies to basically be cast out of the royalty. And Bardock comes in, and basically, this one is a low-class Saiyan like you. He is one of the people. As in, like, it's hashtag relatable. But then I think Frieza would very much, like, underestimate what Bardock can do, to say the very least.
I still think that he would, like, Bardock would have theoretical power, but he would live like an overlord to control him, you know, like a governor, like.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
Tarkin type of character.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, no, I see that. Okay, Arthur again. What if all of Masako's good boys get dropped into a single timeline, literally just appear from thin air? All of the train like
One day,
Goku.
guys. One
One,
day.
one day, definitely one day. We will definitely have Raditz, 21, Nappa, Frieza, this very Frieza thing, and then we'll have various things coming along. So we will have them all come together in a very nice, interesting melange. Good boy finity, definitely, Pad.
They will have, you know, like combined good boy beam.
The good beam.
Yeah.
Yes. The good beam from good beans. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Arthur again asks, what if Garlic Jr.'s Dragon Ball Dead Zone was actually where the elder gods like Cthulhu lived, had been sealed away, and he was intent on trying to release them? Well, we definitely get a lot more Lovecraft. Oh, you want to take this, Have?
Uh, that would be great because, you know, usually when somebody wants to open the way to great elder ones, they greatly, you know, overestimate the danger. So Garlic Jr. would be like possessed and change into a horrible ringling mass of tentacles and bring a horrible evil.
Oh,
And that that whole scenario really interesting. That would be really fun. Like, I'm still thinking how Dragon Ball could, you know, tackle an Elder God type of enemy, because they are virtually everywhere. But in Dragon Ball, it's hard to do it in a PG way. But on the other hand, it would be interesting, you know, to see an enormous power tentacle mass enemy, you know, fighting the Saiyan.
yeah. No, I could see that. That would it'd be an interesting way to see whether, like, you know, something like that could actually work in a PG setting. So I absolutely agree. It would definitely be a breath of fresh air, and it would something be like, you know, most people would be like, what? That's just crazy. It's kind of bonkers in a way. Okay. Heartless Fang. What if after Goku falls during the Cell Saga, a cyborg Goku, a young edgy teenage clone Goku, an energy Goku, and a hero inspired by Goku showed up? What if the Unlife of Superman story, but with Dragon Ball? Well, I can imagine at first Cell would just use multi-form on them, just to kind of like say, oh, well, there's 4 Gokus, I'm just going to do 4 of me. And then they'd completely get trounced. And then ultimately, well, Cell would lose. But it would be like, yeah, from all different directions, various different Gokus. But I'm afraid I'm unaware of the Unlife of Superman story, to be honest. I'm really.
I only heard about it, but I didn't read it.
But either way, it would certainly be like, you know, well, it's like other me's. You know, and none of them are dark. Alright, Darren Hardy.
Kinda sounds like, you know, Dragon Ball DeviantArt Saga, if you think about it.
Yeah, right? Oh, it's like, oh, after the tournament. Oh, well, there'd be like loads of things to explain. And then, of course, as Gekkoen said, Goku Prime. So there we go. Who's basically God. Darren Hardy, would you like a new Legacy of Goku game starting from Dragon Ball and ending in Super, with possible GT as DLC? Well, we do sort of have that. That's called Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Because I think the latest DLC now has Golden Frieza in it. I think they're basically just doing Super now. Like, they're going to be doing Super. So I can imagine it getting up to Broly. So we'll have, like, you know, we'll get the Goku Black Saga. We'll then get the Tournament of Power in some sort of, you know, shortened version, with Ultra Instinct, and then we'll have Broly to finish it off. I wouldn't be surprised.
Maybe Moro.
But yeah, I'm actually working on a script about 5 likely movie plots for Dragon Ball Super, and my one that I really don't want to happen is them just making the Moro arc into a movie. I'm like, no, don't do that. Please don't do that.
Also, one important thing, like, to me is, like, you know, like, Legacy of Goku games were kinda more, you know, obviously they were like, you know, GBA titles, but they were a little bit more open, and, like, I still think that they are telling us, Kakarot and Xenoverse are open worlded, but like I still wait for a game that will give us a true freedom in the Dragon, not just derails in the story. A game that we can kind of derail from the story and change the story.
Yeah.
Like a what if game, essentially.
Yeah, no, I'd like that. That would be fun. Arthur again. What if all Dragon Ball characters regain their stamina via singing? Dragon Ball the musical. Well, you know that at the end of every single movie of Dragon Ball, there would be a musical number. Like, when they're fighting Broly, it would be basically it would be all the crew fighting against Broly. I actually had a weird dream that was a musical. It was set in like a Christmas decoration shop, and Goku and Vegeta then just started singing in psalms for some reason. I have no idea. I have no idea what was going on, but that was a weird ass dream. Like, no joke.
And we know that Cell would win it all.
Cell would be the one for the finisher. Like, he'd get the solo. Viper, even though he wasn't even in the fight, he just shows up for some reason. Viper Phoenix, Frieza in public. I'll end you, monkeys! Frieza in private. My little pony, my little pony. I used to wonder what friendship could be. As in, like, oh, how's my little pretty pink princess doing? Oh, doing fine, Papa. Oh, you keep being you, my lovely little genocide girl. Oh, that relationship between them is just so precious. Mean Crank. Have you considered revisiting what ifs from past Dragon Ball media to revise or update with current lore? I need to go back through the games and look through some of the what ifs that you could get in the game. But yeah, I would definitely look into the idea. That's a fair point, actually. It's worth seeing whether that would work and seeing whether it can be updated.
I think we can do some what if Xenoverse one, and I guess.
Yeah, we could at the very least. Okay. Okay, let's see. Next one, Dark Snake. Hey, Masako, can you do what if Raditz turned good following the current Moro arc in the manga? I'm not planning on doing so, because the way I've been following it is based on the anime, and I know that the anime will change certain things from the manga, so I kind of don't want to change the Southern style from that to that. And also, there are a lot of Dragon Ball fans that have not read the manga and will not read the manga, so they will be thoroughly confused. So I'm gonna wait until the anime comes out.
Yeah, if they say, hey, we are doing that, we can do that.
Yes, then we will get more.
Unless I think that's my opinion. Unless there will be a high demand for us.
Agreed. Yeah, Red Dragon. As in, you watch the anime only. So yeah, exactly. There's a strong contingent for that, so that needs to be acknowledged. Mean Crank. What if Jerome was replaced by Dr. Kuma from Half-Life VR? I don't really know Half-Life VR. I'm not really a Half-Life fan, only because I've not played the games. It kind of slipped me by, so I'm afraid, Mean Crank, I can't answer that.
I only watched some parts of the playthrough. I am familiar with VR, but like by Half-Life VR they mean Alex. Like I'm mostly focused on. I mostly seen the ending because I was curious. So
yeah, I mean. It's, yeah. I think the only trivia in that is that Dr. Kuma is, like, based off one of the staff members or something like that. But yeah, sorry about that, Mean. APC, going off the Broly movie, what if Goku remembered his parents? Oh, like, say, for example, if at a turning point, for some reason, Goku suddenly actually contacted to his parents, and communicated. I imagine probably meeting his mother or, like, hearing about her in some way. Because he goes over to King Kai. And I imagine he'd probably want to... one of these days, he actually would go like, I want to know about my parents. So, basically, I imagine that could easily happen. As in, he might...
mean, like, on the other hand, listen, like, as Sophie would say, like, Goku had a dad, and that dad was called Grandpa Gohan. He didn't really need another father. So I don't think he would be curious. It would have to, be... incidental,
Oh yeah, this would be like supplemental. It wouldn't be like, story breaking or anything like that. No, certainly not. But it'd be a nice little tidbit, certainly. And APC comes in again. Krillin's comment about Goku's enemies becoming friends got me thinking. What if the Z-Team decided to wish back Raditz and Nappa to help them combat the androids? Well, one thing's for sure, Raditz would probably toe the line because he's so weak and realise that basically everyone is stronger than him and basically he's got a cushy life, especially when Frieza's gone. Nappa probably might comply, but I think he'd still be very salty about Vegeta. But I think he'd either be completely unreasonable and irrational, or he would be very steely driven to try and actually you know, do something.
Outdo Vegeta.
Sorry, what was that?
He would try to outdo Vegeta.
Oh yeah, he would try and outdo him. Yeah. Guardian Tree. For the what if Piccolo didn't save Gohan, maybe the Ginyu Force attacks Yardrat and they all call for help for Namek, or Goku finds Vampa since Namek moved. Okay, for Piccolo never saved Gohan, the Ginyu Force attacks Yardrat, they call for help from Namek, and the Goku finds Vampa. Ooh, that's a very... Ooh, it's been a while since I've done that, but you know what, Guardian Tree, I'll make a note of that. And whenever I come back to making that part, I'll see whether that can actually work, but... Okay, so you basically said the Ginyu Force attacks Yardrat, and they basically get the help from Namek, and then go from there. Okay. I'll try and remember that, Guardian Tree. Cheers. Okay. Oh, the Epic Medic. Thank you very much for the super chat, buddy. We have what if Goku was a female, so now I'm wondering... Oh, what if Vegeta was female?
Check our FAQ.
Yes, definitely check our FAQ. But since you have contributed quite nicely, Epic Medic, we'll give you the clip notes. But basically, Vegeta being a female, it wouldn't really change all that much because she'd still be a princess and princess of all Saiyans and definitely have the same mentality. But it's just the attitude. I mean, fighting Goku, that wouldn't change anything at all. But basically, because, you know, fighting Goku, the person who offed Raditz and stuff like that. But I imagine eventually she probably would have some kind of interest in either Krillin or Tenshinhan, as in a strong fighter, a strong male figure. And it wouldn't be Kakarot because, you know, rival. So either Tenshinhan or Clearin would be part of their interest at the very least. Or a Red Dragon, maybe a tsundere for Goku, because Vegeta is kind of a tsundere for Goku anyway. So maybe. But yeah, Epic Medic, we do have from our FAQ part 2 the full answer, but maybe one of these days, once Goku's female's done, maybe we might touch upon it.
I think this one was in the first one.
No, I think it is in the second one. Because I think
maybe like watch
both of them. Watch both of them.
Yeah.
Red Dragon said Kaka Baka. So as in Baka Kakaroto. Oh wow. Sam Hennis, thank you very much for your super chat as well. Masako, any thoughts on how canon Cooler's fifth form should look like? Do you think his design should be like his original fifth form, or should it be more sleek and silver to both contrast Frieza's golden form and also pay homage to his meta form? Oh no, they're going to use Cooler's original form, without doubt. It's got that nostalgia power. Because again, in my 5 movie plots discussion, I talk about Cooler. He is a very profitable character. He has a strong nostalgic fandom. And he's the brother of Frieza. So basically, there is no reason not to use his fifth form. And we've seen in Super Dragon Ball Heroes, we have seen the golden fifth form Cooler. And yeah, Red Dragon, it's got that Shredder Terminator vibe, so it looks cool, you know? And I want to hear various versions of him saying, "Tonight I will dine on monkey soup." I definitely want to see that happen.
And I think he will have his fifth form. And like, if I was a betting man, he would get something new.
Oh, without a doubt. Yes, and congratulations everyone. I saw Megane-chan 720, and congratulations, she is now a mod. So, we have another mod. Just because... Da, 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 da. 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 Looks like Megane found mod powers. All right, but yeah, no, thanks very much, Sam. Very much obliged. Okay, right. Okay. Which one's APC 218. Inspired by Fenyan's art, what if Videl showed up to the bank robbery a few seconds before the Golden Warrior showed up? She probably would actually. She probably would take charge because she is plenty strong. But I think ultimately she would be staring down the barrel of a gun, basically. Ultimately, and that is until the Golden Warrior shows up. And Gohan's like, you gotta be careful, ma'am, don't call me ma'am, slap. And basically just Gohan is caught off guard and basically, oh, despite being a Super Saiyan. Because as we've seen with Goku can get shot at, if his guard is down. So I imagine there'd be just a lot of teenage angst hijinks going about, certainly, from the likes of Videl. And it would be absolutely fun. Okay, Hannah Rowan. What if Dragon Ball Super was in Dragon Ball Multiverse? Imagine the wacky interactions and awesome battles, especially if Beerus and Whis are there. Oh man, that would complicate things even more, but admittedly, it could provide some good entertainment. But I am actually kind of glad that Multiverse has decided not to have Super in there, because otherwise it would really throw a cat amongst the pigeons, and also it wouldn't be part of the vision that they had when they originally came up with it. We sort of changed it with our what ifs, but the whole point of the what ifs is to kind of replicate what we see in the main story. But I can respect them not having it in there. But if Super was in there, you could definitely have the likes of Beerus and Whis, see various combinations, like maybe the predecessor of Beerus is God in another universe, and hey, we might actually see a Champa who is actually something of a maybe in one realm, Champa's actually a very suave cat person, a nice guy. And Megani says Salagira's made. Oh, sorry.
What would be fun? Like one team where Goku is a God, one with Rita, Broly, and I think my favorite idea, the universe team. Mm-hmm. That's all Zamasus from different time. Goku Black,
Yeah. All Zamasai.
Yeah. Who just want to destroy the family.
They just want to cause cause trouble. Oh. Okay. Hannah, what if the Dragon Ball Super cast watched Dragon Ball DBZA? Well, if they saw some of the I think Goku would just be like, wow, he's right. I do like pineapple pizza. Goku would certainly be eating a Hawaiian whilst watching it, ordering pizza. 2 of them, obviously. Yeah, Frieza did pay for them. But if you're talking about the actual cast, I wouldn't really want them to watch it in a way. I know that a couple of the cast have seen it in various quantities, but we're not out there to impress them or anything like that. But if they do, and if they enjoy it, fair enough. If they don't, whatever. Dark Snake. Hey Masako, do you think you could get Team 4 Star to do a clip of Vegito fight Super Boo as Ball of Candy? Oh dear. Haverock kind of just did his multiple disappear thing there, but I can definitely answer that. Doing a clip of Vegito, I'm pretty sure we'll ultimately end up doing a Dragon Shorts thing of Vegito in the fullness of time, I imagine. So, I can... Oh dear. Oh no. Haverock's gotten various meta things. Oh no. Okay. Let's try and do the next one though. Darksnake. This is a suggestion for Future Ranch Part 5. I think because of the emotional state she is in, Trunks should send her back into the past. Oh, that's a good question there. I'm basically having it at that moment that she is basically in that funk and not having not having the heart to really do anything. Her heart's not in fighting at all. The only way that she can get back into this is by with past Raditz coming in and actually getting the chance to meet her. That's the only way she can come out of that funk. That I think so. A lot of people thought that was really dark, but you know what? I kind of like doing that with my characters. As in I'm a little bit sordid like that, but yeah, you really need to explore it. And hey, as we said in the original story, the future is no fun. Like, seriously. Okay. Next one, Craig. Hey, we're back with the Jerome what ifs. What if Jerome found the big getter stir? I think we did answer this at the weekend, but basically, they would interact with one another. It probably wouldn't be it would be a less symbiotic relationship, but I can imagine that they would certainly utilize each other's inspiration, certainly. So, I would definitely think to consider that.
Maybe trying to outmatch each other, but Zero would make it to mass produce Infinite Engine androids.
Yeah, he would, like we did in our Goku Frieza team up thing. The Jerome would easily find a way to hoodwink and utilize whatever things that they have. But certainly. Oh wow, Yashbet Guri, thank you very much for your contribution, buddy. Hey Masako, are you going to make a cameo on the TFS Marathon on Sunday? Basically trying to compensate for missing the last few absences. Oh, don't worry, Yash. It's good to see you here. But it is also very appreciated. As for the cameo, I don't know. I've not been approached about it. I'm not quite sure when it's starting. Ever since I've been basically, I've been going down to contract work. I've not really been talking with the TFS guys a fair bit, so it's mainly just like if they would like me to, or I could ask. But maybe we'll see. I'd certainly at the very least like to go in for movie 4. But the moment we were just shouting, "I am Champion Christmas!" Yeah, that one. And the plan to eradicate Christmas. That's always the fun one. Yeah, all the Christmas puns. 2 p.m. Central. Okay. I'll give them an ask. I'll ask whether I can just tag in for a little bit. Okay, cool. Thanks, Yash. Michael Cloutier. I'd love to see your take on a what if Goku never made it to Earth and somehow the Earthlings win battles without them. Well, as far as you're concerned, really, for the longest time, the Dragon Team were actually faring pretty well without Goku, or without knowing Goku was a Saiyan. They were all pretty strong. And I feel like, in that situation, I feel like Krillin would be the one to step up. Krillin would be the one to step up with Ten Shinhan, then kind of like coming in later. But the thing is, though, Goku's got that charismatic thing about him. And I think he would just ultimately... the thing is, though, you'd sort of get this thing...
Would they change?
They wouldn't really change too much. But Bulma's trip to find the Dragon Balls would certainly be a little bit more precarious. Like, sure, she'd get the 4-star ball from Grandpa Gohan on one condition. But in my What If Goku Never Met Bulma thing, she would run into difficulty... And then finding the Dragon Ball with the Monster Carrot lot, if she wasn't careful, she'd end up being eaten and turned into a carrot. If she wasn't careful. So, there's a lot of things to consider in there, certainly.
I mean, in this scenario, they have only Pilaf, everyone army, and Piccolo to deal with. That's a fun one for 2-parter, I would say.
Okay. I shall make a note of this. I'll make a note of this and send this to Hav. So there we go. We should make the note of that. You might see that as a future 2-parter mini what if. So you never know. Thanks, Michael. Craig Twitchell. What if you switch the roles of the humans and Saiyans? Well, if you switch the roles of the humans and Saiyans, well, it would certainly mean that all of our Dragon Team would certainly have the advantage, and Master Roshi would be the ultimate master. And the Saiyans are basically these types of fugitives who, sure have that Zenkai, but they are nowhere near as proliferant as the humans. But it would certainly make the fight with King Piccolo certainly very interesting. Super Sport.
Play the sound for King Piccolo.
Oh, what, sorry?
Play the sound for King Piccolo.
Oh yeah, play the sound there. Play the sound for King Piccolo. Alright, Super Sport says, what if a Halloween special? My 2 ideas are Goku raised by Barber, or Jerome accidentally makes a self-replicating Cyberman horde. Oh, goodness. That's that's definitely an interesting one right there. Yeah, I mean, potentially a Halloween special could be really good. Like a campfire tale. You know what?
Make Cyberman crossover.
Yeah, tell you what, Hav and I will have a chat. and I will come
Yeah.
up with some kind of like aesthetics, like a a candlelight vigil what if, where I'm in front of a campfire and I'm telling the story in a much spookier way. Maybe something like that. We can make that work.
Ooh,
Ooh, I was
spooky.
spooky. Yeah, no, we'll make a note of that. No, that's fun, Super Spork. Craig,
Yeah.
what if Cell drank Deborah after becoming perfect? Well, if Cell drank Deborah, then certainly demonic energy. And similar to what we did in our What If Cell Turned Good, like, Deborah would still have a lot of presence enough to be still in there as an essence. And Cell would just have loads of demonic energy. Like, gosh. That would certainly be something.
Yeah.
Kirby? Which character or characters are the hardest to write for? That's a good question, actually. I would say in terms of the characters that are hardest to write for are... Yeah, no, don't worry, Red Dragon. We're doing all right. We got a bit of time, so I think we can keep going for a little longer. But thanks very much anyway for the heads up. Okay. Characters hard to write for. Well, from my point of view, the ones that are hard to write for are Bulma in quite a lot of them. Because I don't want to make her too much of an airhead and a ditz or mean. So you got to be very careful about that. So I think Bulma's hard to write for. Frieza is actually pretty hard to write for to make it sound properly like Frieza. Because you don't want to just say, filthy monkey this, filthy monkey that. You just want to add some kind of nuance to things that would, actually sound realistic. What about you, Have?
Yeah, like I find writing Frieza pretty easy actually, but like he's my favorite character, so maybe that's that. But I think like the biggest challenge are characters that I'm not particularly fond of, and that I want to give them justice because I know that a lot of you guys like those characters and trying to give them something cool, give them some sort of a quality that would redeem them for me as an author, but stay true to their personality. So Hercule. That's why the whole Mark thing in Boxa. Boo, I think is very very hard to write to make him an engaging character.
No, I would definitely agree with you with that one. Okay. Yeah, because you can easily fall into pitfalls with Hercule, certainly. Okay. Connor, how would you write a last Frieza arc after Morrow to finish Frieza once and for all? And what if all the Z fighters get their memories wiped to the end of Z? Well, that's another scenario I'm working on in the 5 movie plots script that I've been working on. As in, like, you got to find a way to get Beerus and Whis out of the story and make everyone else act like that never happened. Super never happened. But in terms of the first part of your question, I think it would definitely be cooler. Having Cooler there would definitely be... It's just something I would say. I would definitely think that Cooler is the ultimate evil, and Frieza basically has to recognize this and legitimately think, yeah, you know what? I'm not going to try and hoodwink these monkeys anymore. Yeah, I actually kind of need them. And that is something we are sort of exploring in What If Frieza Had a Son. We are exploring that in some way. And, okay, so John Cordua. What if the future androids survived into the Goku Black arc? Would they help Trunks or join Zamasu out of spite? I think if they were still alive, I think they would actually help Trunks. They would help Trunks. Yeah. They'd help Trunks at this point because they were basically, they've been beaten down. And if Trunks had managed to convince them to actually stop their wicked ways and actually, help fix things, then I could see them helping. Like, yeah, they would certainly rile Goku Black up the wrong way. And with their Infinity Engine, I would imagine Goku Black think, what is this? Has humanity created immortal beings? It would certainly make Goku Black squirm with how the fact they're not giving up.
I can also imagine a different scenario where they would help. They would start off helping Zamasu and Black, but they will realize that they don't treat them as people, but just like, items and tools, and they would betray blood and Zamasu.
Okay, so like they have some kind of inner resentment or something like that by basically being treated like objects.
Yeah, because originally they say, yeah, like we are immortal beings, you are not mortals, but they like Zamasu and Black wouldn't show them that they despise them. That would come out later, and then like the androids would have change of heart and would help Trunks.
Yes. Okay. That was just doing a little bit of admin work. Okay. Craig asks, what if Dr. Briefs and Jerome were brothers? If they were brothers, it would certainly have that nice little dynamic, and you'd have the Light and Dr. Wily kind of analogy. So you'd have like Dr. Briefs with this evil twin brother who lives in a cave outside North City. It sounds so hammy, but sounds so much like Dragon Ball. But I imagine probably
find the lab of Dr. Hero. Only then we can find Dr. Hero.
Oh, Weirwall. Dr. Worry. Oh, and violence. Oh, Mega Man X7. Paparazzo. What if Vegeta was stuck on Earth after the Saiyan saga because his pod was destroyed? If he was stuck on Earth, I imagine he probably would lay low, knowing that, yeah, if he was injured, there'd be no way for him to heal without outside help. So either he would try and heal up on his own, or he would basically beg for forgiveness and have like no choice but to stick around, realizing these people are stronger, and then maybe get to the point where, I won't kill you just yet, but I'm close. You're on thin ice, Kakarot. Like, he'd be waiting for his moment to bring them down from within. Initially, that would be his plan. Red Dragon, on behalf of Adam Carrion. What if Masako was a voice inside Gohan's head during the Saiyan saga? Me. I'd imagine you could swing it like Nail and Kami in Piccolo's head. Oh, so basically, like Gohan, like saying, "No, Gohan, don't let Boo absorb you." What? What's happening? And then basically, I'm telling you the plot as Gohan goes along. Like, I would stop him from being like, cocky in the Boo saga, and I would say, "Don't go to that conference. Go and train." And Gohan,
one conference, one training. You can balance it out. And take your family to the park. You can do all of those things.
Yeah, you can do all of it. Nobody's telling you can't. Oh, but okay, in the Saiyan saga. Okay, sorry. In the Saiyan saga, well, basically, probably just giving him pep talks. Because there's a lot of times that Gohan could have helped, but basically got too scared. So I'd be just that voice basically telling him, like, you can do this, don't give up.
You can win! You can win!
You feel great! You can do this! Yeah, that. Red Dragon on behalf of Kame Droid. What if Goku used Nimbus to save Gohan? This is during the Buu saga for your information. That'd be a nice little callback. And I feel like Gohan would definitely have, like, that nod. And then basically this would be like announcing, Goku's here! Like, that's Nimbus's cue. Then arrives Goku. So, it'd be a nice little indicator for Goku arriving on the scene, as well as a nice little callback to the Saiyan saga. Joda Medical, what if Masako played all of the Dragon Ball games from NES to PS4, Xbox, and Switch? Oh, that would take up a long...
That's a lot of games, a lot of time.
That is a long time, and that's a lot of games which I don't have, and some of them are incredibly expensive. Like, even like the Dragon Ball game on Saturn. I mean, I do have a Saturn, but trying to capture that would be kind of tricky without the use of the VCR. Okay. Well, I would definitely like to play some more classic Dragon Ball games in the future. Just, casually, certainly. Okay. Red Dragon on behalf of Vulcan. What if Pan had Rage Boost? Bloodline thing? If she definitely did have that, we sort of see that in Super, that she does get that kind of focused boost. But she's more in control of her faculties, so it's sort of diluted, but you still have that same power increase, which is actually a much better iteration of what we got with Gohan, which is kind of curious in of itself.
Because she has that, like Videl has a lot of that cold anger when she's, So I think this balances it out. Like she would be able to level head her anger, which is kind of amazing.
Yeah, no, that's a fair point actually. Definite fair point. Okay, Brave Bird. The real what if is the friends we made along the way. Ain't it the truth? Ain't it the truth? The real what if is the friends we made along the way. Oh,
that should be the motto of the roundtable.
Yeah, that's almost that's almost something a candidate. I'll make a note of it, and
yeah.
In fact, you know what? I'm gonna change the chat thing. It's going to go. And then change it. That's the tagline. Thanks, Brave Bird. That's a really good idea. The real what if is the friends we made along the way. Aww. Okay, the Epic Medic. What if Tarball came to Earth with Jeets and Nappa? I imagine he'd be the tech support. He'd be basically the guy who's like doing the scout party, because he's relatively weak. He might be able to slip in undetected and like kind of get an idea about how the Saiyans operate. So yeah, I definitely could see that. They would use him in that regard. And it would I think it would throw everyone into a false sense of security, thinking that, oh, the Saiyans aren't all that powerful. So I would certainly get that. Craig?
And I think Tarball could change teams and, try to reason with the Earthlings,
Yeah, that too.
He will be less malevolent than the others.
True. Okay. Craig, what if Frieza gathered all the Chaos Emeralds? He'd be Super Frieza. He would certainly be... That's one way to get into Golden Frieza. And he'd be going, do, I am Super Frieza. Filthy monkeys, I am going to deck you in the schnoz. It's going to hurt you so bad. I'm Super Frieza. And that.
Now I really want to hear Martin doing that.
Oh, I'll try and if we get to conventions, I'll ask him to do that.
Yeah.
Crades, what if Piccolo left an egg before sacrificing himself for Gohan? Well, the thing is, though, Piccolo is only like 8 years old, so he's still quite young for a Namekian. But supposing that he did, you probably would have a Namekian who would be actually a good guy from the start. Because Piccolo Jr. was, a mean person, but much more merciful than his dad. So I can easily imagine that this Piccolo Jr. would be like a nice person, and it would also mean at the same time the Dragon Balls would still be there because Kami would still be alive. There'd still be that connection. So we then would still have the Earth Dragon Balls to actually there'd almost be no need to go to Namek. Well, there would be, but they would certainly have their insurance policy in case things went Tango Uniform already there. Okay, Paparacha. What if Potara fusions became separate entities from their components when a Kai wasn't involved? So Goku, Vegeta, and Vegito would all exist simultaneously. Okay, so basically it becomes like a photocopier. So you put them all together and you create this extra being who is basically them both. I imagine he would absolutely drive them both up the wall. I can easily imagine that those two, Goku and Vegeta, would end up being unifyingly find this person really annoying. So, yeah, I would say that would definitely be the case. Red Dragon. Okay, we're gonna have 5 minutes. 5 minutes, and then that's the cutoff. Just so you guys know. Red Dragon. What if instead of Frost, it was Cooler? Similar idea to Beerus and Champa being brothers, but taking separate universes. Cooler doing the same here. Okay, so if it was Cooler in the tournament, I imagine probably he would certainly be a lot more honourable and respectful. But I think he would win against Piccolo by sheer merit. And then I think that Vegeta would definitely have the wherewithal to try and beat him. And he would certainly win. because if it was fifth form Cooler versus Blue Vegeta would win.
Yeah, Cooler is stronger than Frost, but still weaker
Then Blue
than
Vegeta.
yeah.
Oh, definitely. Blue Krender. Hey guys, love all your what ifs and videos. In the Saiyan Saga, while they were bringing back Goku, Oolong shouts out of fear, "Make Yamcha immortal!" Oh, that's Timebreaker Yamcha at the end of Xenoverse 2. Oh, that's Timebreaker Yamcha. Basically, Yamcha is immortal. Somehow, this guy basically gets all of this thing decked on him, but ultimately it still survives. So through sheer attrition, he basically wins every single time.
He's not improbable, imperious though. Like, give him an immortality like, like Captain Jack has in Doctor Who.
Yeah, so Yamcha would just constantly be going like that.
Yeah.
And everyone just go like, "Why aren't you dead?"
Yeah, he'll still go through all of the pain. Actually, I kind of like this one, but like that would have to be like an element of a what if instead of the main thing in the what if, because
that would have to be like
wouldn't change that much.
Yeah. Okay. Bravebird 9. What if John Cena and Harambe were part of the Frieza Force? Well, with John Cena, I can't see that.
Maybe a member of Ginyu Force.
Oh, no, yo, whoosh! John Cena! I can't see that. Because, and with Harambe, I imagine probably, like, everyone, Frieza would go, "No, Harambe! Don't go near that kid, Gohan!" Vegeta shoots him there. "No, Harambe!"
Oh, God.
Frieza say, "Harambe, no! He was my favorite monkey!"
What have we done?
Well, thanks,
What is
Brave
our
Bird.
life anymore?
Only here, folks, can you get Frieza lamenting about Harambe. Oh yes, Red. "He was the only monkey I actually liked." Paparazzi. What if Piccolo and Beerus developed a proxy rivalry over their adopted part Saiyan girls? Oh no, we had this on Sunday actually, of sorts. And I imagine they would actually be quite unified with each other to try and get tips about babysitting. So, I can imagine...
It would be a friendly rivalry.
Oh, yes. I can imagine they're at daycare, and they're, like, talking about, like, what each other's up to in terms of, like, caring for their children. And it'd be like, "You better not tell anyone about this, Namekian, or else I'm going to have to destroy you." "Really? Are you going to destroy me in front of this pretty face?" Holds pan up. "Oh, I can't be mad at you." It's like, "You win this time, Namekian. This time." Craig Twitchell. What if Jiro, being a man of science, sought out the source of magic to eliminate it? That I can imagine him doing. Because he would never use magic. He would only use magic to further the science bit. But in terms of, like, he would certainly try and find ways to eliminate magic, certainly. Like trying to find ways to negate it, or cancel it out, or outlaw it, or ensure that all magical beings on the planet don't exist anymore. He would certainly go on a spree, certainly, to try and stop them. But yeah, okay.
That's a big hatred for a card game.
Yeah. So you could say, in terms of Jiro with magic, he is starting a gathering.
Yeah.
Alright, okay.
He wants to destroy all the wizards of the coast.
Okay. Anyway, everybody, the super chats are now closed. Thank you very much for all of your contributions. If we do have time at the end, we'll have a look at some of these. But basically, yeah, this is where we're kind of like wanting to try and get through the rest of these. Okay. Double time. Gorilla Geek. What if Broly and Goku fused? Would they be called Broku or Crowley? Well, actually, Dragon Ball Fusions, the 3DS game, did that, and they were called Crowley. So, Gorilla Geek, if you want to explore that avenue, you should play that 3DS game. It's a very good game.
Yeah. It's a very fun game, and we hope that, Maybe we will have a continuation on Switch, please.
Yeah, hopefully we can have a sequel. Or a port, like an HD port. I wouldn't mind that. Keeper of Necronomicon. What if 18 met Krillin's ex-girlfriend Marin, both anime and DBZA versions? I imagine the older 18 now probably would actually be at this point, because it's been like, I don't know, 15 years since Krillin and her dated? And I imagine that she's probably aged, whereas 18 hasn't a bit. So I imagine she'd probably be actually really, really smug. She'd be really smug. And, probably, and also, like, in terms of the IRS, because I think the Marin in DBZA was, like, doing a honey trap on Krillin. I imagine probably, like, 18 would probably be one of those people to try and, like, intimidate her out of, like, you know, trying to get any further evidence out of her.
She would get back the whole money, I think.
Oh, yeah, she would. She would. But in terms of, like, the actual show, Dragon, hey, Marin, how's time treating you, huh? And then, like, you know, life, aging, it's all such a drag. Downwards, towards your knees. Sad, isn't it? Moving on.
Mortal.
Yeah. Oh, Craig.
And suddenly Zamasu sneezes somewhere.
Yeah, it's like, ugh, I didn't know Kais could get colds. What even is a cold? Okay.
That's me. Stay away from my show.
Craig, what if the Dragon Balls had a set number of uses every 100 years, say 4 or 5? Well, it would certainly mean that they'd have to be very careful with how they use them in terms of, like, stakes and stuff like that.
I mean, like, in GT timeline, they kinda do, if you think about it.
True. They are used far less, obviously. And within a certain times of uses, they crack, and then you get Black Smoke Shenron. Yeah, before the Dragon Balls decide that they've had enough. And then you get Black Smoke Shenron. Okay, next one. Paparacha. What if Cell befriended Kermit the Frog? Well, this is Devil Artemis, isn't it? It's like, hello, Kermit, how are you?
Oh, hey there, Bernie. Kermit the Frog here. I'm green just like you, so I feel like, therefore, we have this spiritual connection there. Yay!
You know what? In that all of that simplistic attitude, you actually do have a point.
I'm sorry, but I've never heard of Kermit, and it's like, oh gosh, it's so spot on.
Well, you know, pretty much it's fairly reasonable, but it's not exactly the best out there. Yay!
It's not the best, but it's not the worst. But yeah, that was basically I kind of surprised myself. Anyway, okay. Shark jumping walrus. What if Goku and company met the Undertale cast after the True Pacifist ending during Dragon Ball? I can imagine Goku and Azrael having good fights, good sparring sessions, having a good times around the meadery. And Toriel and Vegeta. Toriel becomes the mum that Vegeta never had. Goat Mom, I miss you, Goat Mom. A nod to the Undertale Let's Play, but that Vegeta did. But yeah, I can imagine it being peaceful. Martin Trevino. What if Frieza, Cell, and Boo were the good guys and the Z Warriors weren't? Well, basically, Boo would be the healer and the cleric. Cell would be the tank, and Frieza would be the rogue, as in the sneaky devil. So I think.
Yeah, Babidi would be the mage.
Babidi would be the mage, yes. And Dabura is the one that is the demon that he summons.
Yeah, and Zamasu is the necromancer.
Yes. Yeah, it's just basically a tabletop adventure waiting to happen.
Yeah, he's the emo necromancer.
Yeah. Nintendo Gamer. This is an odd idea, but in honor of Mario's 35th anniversary, what kind of potential crossover do you see with Dragon Ball and Super Mario? I thought of an idea where Power Stars are littered to Super Saiyan-esque transformation. That and the Mega Mushroom could easily become a Piccolo gets that, and he becomes a giant Namekian! Like, with the Mega Mushroom.
Mustache.
Yo, here we go!
all that kind of stuff.
Hello, it's a me, Piccolo. Hoo hoo.
And Frieza and Bowser try and work together.
So wait, you say that your whole thing is kidnapping princesses?
That is the most benign and inane idea I've ever heard. It's actually rather simple, not bad. Good point. Piccolo and Yoshi fuse. Yes. Piccolo rides a Yoshi.
Ding dong.
Wow.
Bring the car.
Yeah. So, Yoshi, what do you got? Okay, that's good. Wow. Okay. Red Dragon. In a world of what if no transformations for anyone, would Team 3-Star be able to beat Frieza before Goku heals? Disregarding anything past this. Yeah. Cause, Gohan, when basically he said, I am 100% death! Have some! Like, that power was like 750,000. That would have been enough to stop First Form Frieza. That would have ended him. So Gohan would have been the one to stop Frieza with that attack. With that, like, evil Masenko. So, yeah. It would certainly be, that would certainly be a trip. Gohan would be the one to take the win. Gorilla Geek. What if Goku, taking inspiration from all of his masters, developed his own unique martial art style? Gofu. It'd be called Gofu. Song Gofu. Alright, but I suppose really, the closest thing we get to a martial arts like physical technique that Goku has is Meteor Crash. So,
it's hard to say because like Goku even steals Shoryuken in the manga. Sorry for spoiler, but he does.
No, that's true. But yeah, Meteor Crash is probably the closest thing. And Vulcan, since you came here, Pan with Rage Boosts. Basically, what we have is that it will be diluted with Gohan's like increase in power, but Vidal's cool rage being able to like temper her behavior and being able to actually still have her faculties. So it's a nice combination. So just a refresher for you there, Vulcan. Kirby, what if you two had to try and survive the Boo arc? Okay. Well, I would try and dress up as a chocolate bar, and then Boo would just think I've already been turned into one. So
he would eat you.
No. He would just go, that is big chocolate bar. Boo don't like too big. Oh no, I'd say, I'm a low-fat chocolate.
Ugh! Boo no eat you.
I'm like low-fat chocolate or something like that. Dark chocolate. That's it. That's it.
I would go to Capsule Corp and tell them, hey guys, maybe you should go to Yardrat and train there, and like a lot of things could be averted if they train on the Yardrat, really.
Yeah, right. Certainly. Yeah, definitely. Paparazzi, isn't Boo Toriyama's answer to a PG Eldritch god? Do you think so?
Kinda.
Kind of, yeah. It's far too nuanced for most people to get, but, evil magic genie who can stretch through various things and has a chaotic temperament? Yeah, okay, that's a fair point. But we could do with something a bit more tentacly.
Less humanoid, less, less a person, more like of, malevolent force or element.
Yeah. Yeah, no, definitely. Okay. Craig, what if Superman went to the Dragon Ball universe? Oh, he beat Goku, because apparently that's the case. Apparently that's what happens. He just win against Goku.
Remember, guys, to buy our MasakoX British-born salt, guys. Only $9.99 for a packet.
MasakoX branded Himalayan salt. It's more refined than regular salt, but still just as salty.
Yeah.
But yeah, in reality, not much would really be this different, honestly, because the sun is the same exact thing, so the power output would still be the same. So yeah. Red Dragon Force 2 on behalf of Karan. What if Goku Bulma idea? Gohan defends himself, Vegeta calls him a coward, then Gohan gets a rage boost and hurts Vegeta in kind. Oh, like, I feel like with Gohan, yeah, no, Gohan and Vegeta would certainly have a different rivalry in that scenario. So I can imagine, like, Gohan actually stepping up more in that one. Craig, what if the surviving Cell Jr. resurrected Cell with the Dragon Balls? Well, if they did, he'd be basically the same level as Super Saiyan 2, and everyone could beat him. And basically, he would then go into an existential crisis because he's not perfect, and he's not even close. Like, Gotenks.
And he cannot, like, he would have to train a lot. Like, the biggest problem for Cell is that he can train, but this is his ultimate form. He cannot go beyond that form. Maybe do something, like gold or bronze, like we did. Like basically, bronze 21 is world gold and Frieza. It implied that you can choose how do you look, but that's all, as far as we know. So yeah, like at this point, I think even Piccolo could beat him.
Yeah. Oh no!
I can't believe it. I lost to Gotenks. Gotenks kicked my butt.
Okay. Right. Arkimu Ryu. Hello everyone, sorry I got to make this quick, I have work soon, but what if every time someone used the Dragon Balls, it takes a year off their lifespan? Well, at the moment, it'd be very funny if that actually turned out to be the case. So the only way that Bulma actually gets away with it is to make her wish younger. So she wishes to look 5 years younger. But then
she steals life from someone else.
Oh, yes, so maybe from Vegeta or something like that. From someone she loves. So, ooh. Yeah. Okay. Red Dragon, what if Videl pushed Gohan to keep part-time training? Well, the thing is, though, I'm surprised that Videl didn't, because she knows how much training means to Gohan, and she sort of likes it too. So they kind of enjoyed it, being the great Saiya duo. So it kind of surprises me that she kind of just forgot about it. But anyway, I think it would be cool if she just like said, Gohan, you're a bit out of sorts. Why don't you go and train and take your mind off this thing? Like, as a stress reliever? So, as a way of, like, a coping mechanism. I mean, it could certainly be an option. But, oh, Red Dragon says, I wouldn't be surprised if Chichi had a hand in it. Oh, like saying, oh, Videl, you know, if only you could get through to him, that I really don't want it. But then again, he's a grown man. He's a grown man. He shouldn't have to be told what to do by his mum. But yeah. Gabriel Gainey. What if Android 17 had asked Future Trunks to help him bring the Android 16 from the future to the present timeline? Oh, right. Oh, that's a good point. If they would find a way to communicate, but it depends on like whether Jiro's lab is still there and where 16 was located. So if they could find it, but at the same time, that's still not 16. That's not the same 16. It's like 16B. And that one still has the mission to eliminate Son Goku. So, really, that would be sort of a fruitless exercise in that it's the same, it's the body, but the personality is completely gone. Unless Bulma made a backup, which she probably didn't. Kirby163. What if Gohan told Videl the truth in the Buu saga? He sort of didn't need to. She kind of figured it out already. But if he was more honest from the beginning, I imagine she wouldn't believe him at first. But then feel like a fool for basically realizing, oh, it's all true. But I imagine at that time, Videl did not like Gohan. And I feel like she would just think whatever he said was a lie. So, you know, she couldn't be reasoned with in a way. Do you think that's the case?
Yeah, I totally agree.
No, I'd say. Alright. Yash, hey, sorry I've been busy with college starting and stuff. Or what if short? What if Goku met Grandpa Gohan off the end of Z? You could do it in R&R format. I imagine probably it would be a very casual affair because I imagine that Grandpa Gohan's been like watching over Goku all this time. So probably would already know what's been going on. But I imagine it'd be much more like casual because the initial shock of seeing Grandpa Gohan in the afterlife is kind of gone. So it would be a happy encounter, certainly. And it would be more kind of like, oh, yeah, Grandpa, I just need some clarity here and stuff like that. So, sort of like guidance. Like,
unless Grandpa Gohan souls, past the realms.
True. True. That is definitely a good point. Okay. Blue Krenda. What if after Goku left the Ultra Instinct mastered state, Jiren attacked the stands again, with the deities dodging but the spectators not? Well, if that happened, then basically they would be injured and Jiren would be immediately disqualified. So that's the case. Because he attacked people outside of the ring, and he would be technically out of bounds. So basically the Grand Priest would just either eliminate him or erase him. Or find some way to incapacitate him for the fact of breaching the rules. No, that's not what you're supposed to do. So the Grand Priest would step in. Paparazzi. What if Goku and Chichi had a daughter around the Tournament of Power? I think it would give Chichi something to do. I think she'd be very much distracted from what Goku's been doing, but at the same time be even more compelled to, like, Goku, we have a third kid. You really need to do this job to pay for this one. She would use this kid as leverage to make Goku be a bit more responsible in terms of a job. In terms of how she's written in Dragon Ball Super, because she's acting like more like a crotchety old grandma than ever. Yeah, seriously, Chichi in Super is no fun. There you go. Chris Dotson, thank you very much for your contribution. Revalgis. Hey, Masako, what if Dr. Jerome creates a perfect female clone of Goku instead of Cell? Kind of like how Bryo Broly was made. Oh. Goku... yeah. I imagine Goku would be extremely weirded out, and everyone would be really confused. Like, everyone would be like... It'd be this very, very weird situation, and everyone would just think Dr. Gero was a perv. It would certainly be a very surreal encounter. Don't you think, Hav?
Yeah, I mean, that could be interesting, but again, like, as interesting as it sounds, I think that Gero hates Goku way too much to do this. Like to make something even remotely resembling a Saiyan.
He wouldn't want to create something in his own or in Goku's image.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean that is a good point. I mean, unless it was like something that basically fueled his drive for absolute malice or something like that.
I mean, I know what they are going for. Like, they want, the X-23 from X-Men. Like the girl of Wolverine, which is a pretty interesting character. I mean, I can see that. I can see, her turning good and Goku and Chichi adopting her in some way. So there's certainly, a potential. I like the idea of female Goku clone, but I don't think Zero would do this. Maybe someone like Mew or a different.
Yeah, Mew could do it.
Maybe Dr. W.
Dr. W, yes. Who could that possibly be?
That mysterious scientist.
Yeah. Alright, Craig says, what if Jerome made an android army and started the Galactic War with Frieza? I imagine probably, actually, Jerome might win. Because the Frieza Force... Yeah, there's loads in number, but they're not exactly that strong. Like, most of them are between 1 and 2,000 in terms of power. So, I can imagine, like, Frieza would have the numbers, but Gero would have the power. So, it would be an even fight. But a lot of casualties, let's just say that.
Yeah, like, Frieza would have to go golden to be able to...
Yeah. Paparazzi. What if Yamcha was straight female? I feel without Crush and Bulma, she'd be much more of a threat antagonist in the Pilaf saga. Okay, so basically, if Yamcha was a girl, you'd have to, like, change, like, she just has this agoraphobia. So she's this desert bandit who basically is scared of everybody. Like, the only reason she's not afraid of Goku is because Goku is a target and he's a kid. Why would you be afraid of a kid? So that'd be the only way that you could that'd be a way of making it work. But I think Bulma would certainly be a rival. But a rival to who? Like...
Yeah, later on.
Oh, yeah, true. Kirby, what if Videl was a Kryptonian? Or Kryptonian? Is it Kryptonian or Kryptonian? I don't know whether that was a typo or not. Probably, yeah, it's Kryptonian.
Pan would be insanely powerful.
Oh god, Pan would be even more powerful she is in the anime. Oh god. Oh goodness. Oh gee. Oh gee. Oh gee, that would be mad.
Powers of both sun and moon?
Yeah, right? Oh yeah, no, Kirby, we got it. Papa Archer, what if the future computer Jerome turned the fallen Z fighters into androids? So basically the cyber controller. So the future Jerome computer, if it was still around. Yeah, basically the fallen Z fighters, we'd have android clearing and android tension. Basically that would mean that, I'd have to play the sound of Trunks.
You wouldn't survive.
Yeah, how could you survive with all of those people? That's insane. Kirby, what if you were the champion Christmas? Well, I would have it so that means we would have a white Christmas every single year. And it'd be that nice kind of snow. The one that you're not snowed in with everything like that, but it looks very pretty. And also, if you don't want to have Christmas carols being played or Christmas songs on your radio, that's okay. We can all have the presents, it's fine. As well as the figgy pudding. I've never actually had figgy pudding. I really need to change that. Really need to fix that, definitely. Arkimaru, what if Pan's true potential came more from Videl rather than part of a Saiyan heritage? And also, what if the humans had something similar to Zenkai's? Well, Sophie, in her What If Krillin Had a Power-Up, comes up with Kaio Henshin. Would certainly be that. That's exactly what we have, so go check out our channel for that. And like we said with Pan's Rage Boosts, we feel that Videl's contribution to Pan's DNA has really turned Gohan's Rage Boost into something truly formidable. So, I feel that's definitely the case. Paparazzi, what if Kami's lookout was on the moon? That is until Roshi showed up. Oh, that is until Roshi showed up! Would he remake it earlier? What about Monster Carrot? Oh yes, Monster Carrot on the moon making mochi for Kami. So basically, he's up on the moon making mochi for the Guardian of Earth. And I imagine Monster Carrot would actually start to enjoy his work. So, I can imagine Kami and Monster Carrot being good friends. And he would wear, every time he would shake Kami's hand, he would wear gloves for his safety. I can imagine that. Okay. Sam Hennis. Could Cell have potentially gained an Uzaru form? He had Saiyan DNA and a tail. A bit fanficky, I know, but Super Saiyan 2 Gohan versus Big Bug Monkey would have been cool. I think there's been fan art of that. There's definitely been fan art of Uzaru Cell. That would be...
But I think, he's still not enough... he has Saiyan DNA, but that doesn't mean he's a Saiyan. He has certain traits, but it's not like he is a Saiyan. If anything, he's like a mutated, mutated member of a Frieza, of Frieza race, connected with a bug who also happens to have, some Saiyan traits.
Yeah, and certainly not enough Saiyan DNA to unlock the Uzaru giant monkey form.
Yep.
Axel Jade. What if Goku met Dr. Gero as a kid while storming the Red Ribbon base and he didn't spare Frieza or Namek? How would Buu and Super play out? How would the kids develop without the android threat? Well, if Goku met Gero and basically had no connection to him in terms of ending him, basically it would be have that situation, and then it led to Frieza still dying on Namek, I think that Goku would just end up being a slightly more menacing character, not as happy-go-lucky, more determined, less likely to let people go. So, that kind of thing. Paparazzi, what if Yamcha pranked wish Tien had hair like Goku? That would be funny. That would be funny. Like, Ten Shinhan is like, every time he tries to use his a razor to try and, like, you know, shave the hair off, it just grows back. And it's just like Yamcha just doesn't tell him. That would certainly be... I'd be very, very surprised if that's not happened in the past at least once. That would certainly be very funny. Michael Cloutier. This 10 is just because it's so nice to hear my last name pronounced right. So, well, that... Yeah, you're welcome, Michael Cloutier. I studied French for a long time when I was a kid, so I do have the tongue for that still. And Havrock will be back in a bit. He's just got to add some more logs to the fireplace. That sounds nice. Okay. Okay, Paparazzi, what if Yamcha prank wished Ten Shinhan had hair like Goku, and Shenron turned him into a Saiyan? Oh, basically just turning him into a Goku clone. So basically, Yamcha, that wish just gets out of hand. Oh, here comes the hijinks. You gotta wait a whole year to fix that problem. Enjoy being a Saiyan like Goku for a year. For 12 months. Oh, Yamcha, you're so incorrigible. Oh, you get Tiancha. Craig, what if Jiro turned good? How boring would that be? If Jiro turned good, I can imagine him still having the mentality of not using magic and keys and stuff like that. Probably still a man of science. He'd just be like, but ultimately he would still become like a, he would still become like this agreed person. You know, he would still become part of the crew. But wow, we've had a lot of people join. When did that happen? Wow, gosh. Well, hi everybody. I actually did. Wow, that literally just happened. Wow. Okay. Well, hello everybody. I didn't realize.
Are we being invaded?
Well, I don't know. We had 130 people, but we now got like 350. Oh wow. Okay.
Okay. So quickly to go back about that Jiro joining. Jiro would be Bulma to Bulma what Vegeta is for Goku.
What? Sorry.
They would be rival. Jiro would be a rival for Bulma, like Vegeta is for Goku, essentially.
Oh yeah, no, that I could see that. That would definitely be a very, very valid position right there. Well, no, Red Dragon. The thing is, though, we've literally just got them in the last 5 minutes, and I'm like, oh wow, blimey. Okay. Well, okay. Well, okay. Let's not get distracted. Let's just It's like with what? That's just distracting. Whew, that's even more distracting. Jerome. Okay. Alright, let's keep going. The Epic Medic. What if Hercule was actually as awesome as he claims to be? Well, it'd be really, really cool, and it'd be basically like, what if Hercule trained like Goku? So, we just get that. He actually has the firepower to back it up. That's what it would be, really. Kimuryu, what if Goku and Chichi had a daughter at the beginning of Super, and she was the spitting image of Gine? What do you think her name would be? Ooh, I don't know, actually. I think probably Chichi would choose the name. But I don't know what it would be. Like, ooh, Hab, what do you think?
I don't know, like, would be funny if like, it was a transliteration of Gine, of course.
Oh, yeah.
On a meta sense. Like Son Gani or something like this.
Yeah, Gami or Gani or something, or
yeah.
Geni or something like that.
Geni.
Yeah, it could be. That's a fair point. Papa Podo, what if Mark was female? Oh man. It was Mark would then look like that buff lady from Dorohedoro. That Netflix one, like the
Miss Satan.
Miss Satan with this it's that silver-haired, red-eyed woman from Dorehedoro. I can't remember the name, but just like that, this big, bulky behemoth, like, you know, absolutely, this postulating. My mind is blown, but I would so want to see that. I would so want to see that. That'd be so cool.
She would be played by Gina Carano.
Yes. Okay. Hannah Rowan. I was actually referring to the characters of Dragon Ball Super watching their abridged series. Sorry about the wording. Oh, okay, I see. Well, Goku would still, like, be going like, oh, wow, pineapple pizza, that's awesome. Vegeta would still be like, yeah, that's right. Yes, that Kakarot is definitely annoying. Wow, do I say dodge a lot like that? As in, like, Piccolo? Piccolo realizes, man, I say dodge a lot. Very introspective for some people.
Trunks would be very much like this. Like, he was, oh, I haven't changed much.
Yeah. Oh, I kind of wish that I did. Future is no fun. Okay, Sam Hennes. What if Goku met and trained with the Supreme Kai and released the Elder Kai after the Cell Saga and learned Ultimate instead of Super Saiyan 3? I feel like he wouldn't actually use it because Goku doesn't like getting handouts. He would just think this is part of a long series of training, but then when he realizes all he had to do was sit around in a circle for a day, I think he'd feel actually kind of gypped. Like, he'd feel very, like, annoyed. And then when he can't get into Super Saiyan, I think he'd actually be really despondent about that. Yeah, granted, he'd be powerful, but I think he would certainly feel a bit deceived. Okay, Papa Archer. What if you did daily lightning round length what ifs for the 25 days leading to Christmas? You know what? That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea at all. Like, mini what ifs. It's like, we do like... Oh, but man. Oh. I think this would certainly have to be something fan contributed. So you know what? When we get into like late October, I'll start a form here, and we'll take some of the what ifs that we've not done from here, and we'll do them into like, you know, nice daily what ifs to go alongside the regular what ifs. Okay, that's not a bad idea.
That's a cool idea. That's a cool idea.
That's a cool idea, Pad. I'll copy paste that, so it means we still have a good idea for that. Okay, doopy doopy doo. Boom. Right, we'll make a note of that. Nice, good idea. You see? We get good ideas here. Well, from you guys. It's crowdsourced. Okay, Craig Twitchell. What if Gohan's conferences were script writing for the series, and he was aware of everything the whole time, and Jerome was in on it, explaining the lack of magic? So basically, so Gohan's conferences, he's basically just describing the series. And it's like Jerome kind of like sort of manipulating him into like thinking everything is like meta or something. Hoodwink him, maybe? Kirby163. Headcanon. Pan powers up from happiness, not anger. Yeah, she's a happy baby. Therefore, she's the strongest being that's ever lived. Like, no joke. Pan is such a happy baby. Like, so she's the strongest thing ever. Okay. Gorilla Geek? What if Goku learned how to use magic? Well, technically, Super Saiyan God is magical God Key. It's divine energy. So that's sort of like that. But if Goku learned how to use kind of magic powers, I feel like it would certainly be an interesting addition to what he already has, but I don't think he would use magic exclusively. He would certainly maybe use it as sort of like an additional to maybe the Kamehameha, or maybe incorporate it into like a combined attack. Something along those lines. Power Gems? What if Saiyans resembled Mandalorians, having full plate armor, and perhaps be called Tempula, taking inspiration from Knights Templar and Tempura? Oh, that's a good name, Power Gems. Good name. Yeah, I like that.
Essentially, the interesting thing, like, about Mandalorians, like, at least in the old lore, but I think they kept it, is that, you know, like, they had that whole culture that their souls lived in their armors, you know? And
Yeah, because
I
Goku
can see that.
Yeah, Goku lives in his gi all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that with the gi, with the cyan armor. That's a really cool concept, you know. And I can see like Vegeta being like, this is the way, Kakarot.
Nah, Vegeta. It's the Kamehame way. Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
You kind of went hello there for a moment.
What do you mean? Oh,
Like hello and Mandalorian theme had some similar notes at the beginning.
Oh, dang! You seen Hello Hello?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, dude! Oh, that's cool.
It was super popular here in the 90s.
Oh, of course. Oh, I love the policeman. Good morning.
Yeah. Also, it was on your wedding quiz, and I was the only one who knew the answer.
Oh, dang! I didn't know that. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, then, with some Whattis, you shall have to listen carefully because we'll say it only once. We shall have to do some more references to that. Definitely. Yeah. As in, like, Hail Frieza! Hail Frieza! Za! Someone just, like, kind of shrinking it. And by the way, Hello Hello is a very funny BBC sitcom from, like, the 80s and 90s, just so you know.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, with Caulifla, it's like, Goku! What are you doing with that Saiyan woman?
You stupid woman! Can you not see that she fell down and I'm training?
That whole thing.
Oh.
I love the ending. The ending of Hello Hello is so sweet.
Yeah.
It's so cathartic. Anyway,
Yeah.
we've got a couple more to go. Paparacha. What if Bubbles was Frieza's pet instead of King Kai's? Oh yeah, an ironic pet. You see, Bubbles is the only monkey that I can actually understand. The only intelligent monkey in the room. You know, and it's just like there to basically rub it in every Saiyan's face. That could be.
He's been he's in my company ever since Harambe died.
Oh, nice. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Alright, Kirby. What if Gohan's tail grew back any time in the Buu arc? Well, the thing is, though, none of them fight in the dark. So, unfortunately, it wouldn't actually make much difference. Because I don't think there are any fights that take place at night. So, unfortunately, it wouldn't actually make much difference. And Uehara, good stream. Aw, thanks there, Uehara. And thank you, everybody, for all of your contributions out there. We've had some really good ideas here, especially actually coming up with a really good idea for the Christmas period. So, all that remains to be said is thank you all so much for your contributions. Don't worry, Red Dragon, it's fine. It's fine with Uehara, because that was a compliment. But anyway, thank you all so much for your contributions, everybody. Look forward to the manga coming out, if you haven't seen the spoilers. Because apparently, even though the spoilers only came out 48 hours before the manga, the entire manga is out, is actually out there. So really, do be careful. Watch out for those spoilers. They are vicious this time around.
Yep.
Yeah, just be careful out there, everybody. Good hunting.
At least, apparently, it's not bad this time, so yay!
Good! Hav's theory has been, reprieved for another month. So, yeah, we're definitely going to be hoping that, it actually is as good when we see the full version on Viz Media. Anyway, thank you all so much for tuning in, everybody. We all hope that you have a very pleasant day. Do stay safe out there. And we shall see you on tomorrow. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.